I'm not even going to apologize for the fact that this blanket isn't folded and that this is still a change table, because this is my fourth video in like less than 24 hours, which that hasn't happened maybe ever, at least in a couple years. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about not only Bob's response, BobDoesSports response to the whole Kwon situation, which is interesting, but we also have responses from Rick Shields. We have a direct video response from PMT that we're going to watch together, or PFT, sorry, from Pardon My Take. There's just, whoa, there's a lot. All right, so we're going to jump right into it. So for those of you guys who don't know, might not be aware, Barstool Invitational, first episode dropped. I've made a couple videos about it and about the kind of fallout from it. One of the first things we're going to talk about today is, or like the impetus for it, was Kwon missing his tee time. He missed his tee time. He wasn't there. Teed off 9:30 a.m. Whole fallout from it. I'm not going to bore you guys with the details. If you aren't filled in on what happened, go watch my previous two videos or go watch the event. But that was obviously the catalyst for all this. Now, I talked about this yesterday, but really quickly, Luke posted this story. Just woke up, what I miss, which is obviously supposed to be a joke. Obviously, nobody wants to sleep through their alarm, wanting to sleep, obviously, nobody sleeps through their alarm, wanting to sleep through their alarm. Blank happens. I'm genuinely sorry. Honest mistake. I've already apologized to Portnoy, Bob, and the boys off camera at the event. Good for content, though. The more I'm seeing rolling out, the more I'm thinking that apology might not have been received so well by any of the characters, because this is the storyline of this first episode, and it is crazy. Like, if you go to Kwon's Instagram post, which like a day ago, like 24 hours ago, had like 50 comments, it has 566 comments, and they are just insane. Like, they are absolutely insane. Obviously, it's a lot of people from Barstool, but honestly, it's a lot of people too. That more and more I'm seeing of it, the more it's like people who even like knew him from before and were just really upset with how he handled it. And the more I watched the video last night, like finishing the video, the more I kind of see that. Like, there was a lot of people that were upset that he just felt like he didn't care in the moment at all. And I think it's one thing to have a response after the fact and be able to be like, oh, like, sorry, I shouldn't have done that. But like, if your initial gut reaction is kind of like to shrug it off and be like, it doesn't matter, I think that's what people are getting upset about. That's what it seemed like in the video. It seemed like he just really didn't care and didn't want to take accountability. So yeah, we're going to get into all that, but that's what people were freaking out about. So we go over to the next story. This is Barstool sharing Rick Shields, because Rick Shields' story isn't there anymore, but Barstool's trying to share it, so it's there. Wow, I just finished watching the first episode. One unbelievable job by everyone involved in the Invitational. This whole next stretch is like all about just like kudos to them, kudos to them, kudos to them. But down here, it's Luke specific. Also, a quick reminder to everyone watching, it's a free world and you can write what you want, but please be kind. We all make mistakes at times, and it's how we learn and grow from them that matters most. This game and life in general is all about respect, learning, and giving people the grace to improve. That's obviously, without saying Kwon, I'm assuming to do with Kwon, and the backlash he's been receiving, because quite literally, I haven't seen backlash like this in YouTube golf since Grant and Micah left. Like, it is crazy, the amount. 566 comments on his Instagram post. His most recent YouTube video is the same thing. I'm sure his next long time post, I even said it last night, that he's going to bounce back from this, because I don't believe that his core audience is going to stop watching him for this. But he is definitely going to go through almost like what Rick went through when he signed with Liv. There's going to be probably a decent period of time where people are kind of upset with him and kind of fall off from him. Where he lands after, it's hard to say. But like, again, I don't think it's going to crash his career by any means. But boy, he's going to have a weight on him for a while. Anyways, so this is Rick kind of just like being like, essentially like, don't trash him too much. It's going to do zero, zip, zilch, nada. Because I firmly believe that like, it might be like 10 to 15% of people from the YouTube golf ecosystem that are saying these things about Luke. It's a huge percent of people that like, this was their first introduction to him and they're really upset with it. That might be more of like a 60-40 split, to be honest, because I again, the more I've been looking at the comments and stuff in the last couple of days on my videos, the more I see people being like, no, I'm like a fan of Luke and I'm like really upset about this, and like, whatever, I'm unsubscribing him, this and that. So it's definitely not 50-50. It's definitely more still people who didn't know who Luke was. This was their first introduction. You just have to assume, because Barstool's audience, Portnoy's audience, which this is all being shared on BobDoesSports' audience, so much bigger than Luke's audience. And so just by a numbers game, there's going to be more people who don't know who he is that are seeing this and reacting to it than do. But Anyways, so next thing I want to do is we're going to watch this together. This is 8 minutes. I might skim it a little bit, but this is from Pardon My Take. PFT addresses Luke Kwon sleeping at the Internet Invitational. I haven't watched this yet. This was released an hour ago. We're going to watch it together, react together before we get to Bob's comments, because this is just all the reactions kind of coming out, and I want to react to this. So let's get into it.
Out of your body, and you know which one he's going to go with.
Yeah. But yeah, neither here nor there. 4-hole. He had to sit out for 4 holes. Which PFT then, so PFT had to play 1v2.
It was
against
also
2 good golfers
in a scramble.
So
I could only hit 1 shot, and it was going to be my score against the better of Frankie and who was Frankie's
Bubby.
score? And Bubby. Yeah,
From
we're
good.
both very good golfers. So obviously didn't work out for me that much in the first 4 holes. But the night before at the draft, Luke Kwon, he was like, "Yeah, we're not going to use any of your shots tomorrow," and then he didn't show up. And then the penalty kept getting worse and worse, which is why I got mad initially, because every time Dave would talk, it would be like, okay, it's 1 hole,
Well,
it's 2 holes. And I was upset with that, but really I was upset with Luke for not being there.
it was a similar situation to Dave and Hank. I was told I was rules official maybe 20 minutes before we got to the opening dinner.
Mhm.
I don't know shit about golf. I was just Googling everything. Dave saw me fighting for you, and he's like, "Juan had to wake up naturally. We should have put him back to bed and had to wake up naturally. You shouldn't let someone wake him up."
So every time Dave would talk about the punishment, it would get worse. He was
1
loving
hole,
it. Then it was 2 holes, then 3 holes, and finally 4 holes is what we settled on.
9-hole match, by the way, too. It wasn't 8, it
Yeah.
was 9 holes. So you guys were going to have to win 5 in a row, basically.
Yes, we're down 4 holes when he showed up, and then he was all like, I was trying to be a good teammate. I didn't think that like arguing with him at the moment while we're trying to compete was productive, but he was kind of being a dick to me. He was like, "You're not going to make this putt," like as my teammate, which is wild to say. And like Frankie was even uncomfortable with it. He was like, "Wow, this guy's really."
I was like, I mean, Max.
It was crazy.
I was there. Yeah, I was.
This is like why people are freaking out so much. It is how he handled it in that moment. That's why people are freaking out. He can say whatever he wants after. I think a lot of people feel that like what you do, and I kind of agree with this in some level, is like what you do when you're kind of back against the wall, like you're shocked, you're how you react. That's like just your stripped down self. Like that's just like raw. You're not thinking, you're not calculating. When you have time to sit back, think, and calculate and choose a response, that's one thing. But like a real raw response is kind of like actually who you are in a lot of ways. And I think that's why people are thinking that, and I think that's why people are so mad at him.
They
cut some of the stuff.
I don't know. I don't know if they. I don't know if I didn't watch this part of it, so I don't know if they put it in. But PFT was like being self-deprecating, being like, "Should we just skip ahead to hole 5?" Luke was like, "Yeah, let's do that." I was like, "No." Like he would like at least play him out.
He just kept saying, "We're wasting our time doing this.
Yeah.
We're wasting our like."
It was crazy.
The amount of confidence was so insane, and then someone would make a joke, be like, "Damn, you're really not that confident in your teammate here," and he was like, "Why would I be? Look at him."
It's like, dude, you're
the one who fucked up.
$1 million purse for
it was like awkward
Invitational.
how much of a dick he was being after he was the dick.
And I don't think I was playing that badly.
No.
Like,
and then
just keep in mind, this has 8,000 not real-time views in an hour. And just for those of you who aren't YouTubers, this probably has closer to like 15 to 20,000 views, depending how like far a 1 of 10 this is, if it is a 1 of 10. And this is, pardon my take, this is the biggest sports podcast in the world, or at least one of the top 5. This is like he's getting, this is bad.
His first hole.
Well, we can't. I don't. Do we just talk about the entire thing?
No.
Well, no. I mean, we're talking.
No, I'm talking about
first
this
video.
round.
Yeah.
The first hole, they took your swing. They you didn't even use his tee shot.
And the second hole he was on used my approach.
Yeah.
he put his like 15 feet short of the green.
But and
So
the amount of shit he was talking was insane.
What was actually crazy about it, and like I wasn't. Yeah, in the moment I probably should have spoke my mind to him more, but I did not think that. I thought that we had a chance to win, so I was like not going to fight with my teammate at the time. But then the like lack of remorse that he had for his team, which is crazy because like everybody on that team, we're playing for $1 million,
Mm-hmm.
And that was a penciled in win.
and everyone else was a lot more upset at that time than I was with him, just because I'm trying to get through this. But it was I felt bad for everybody else that's on the team that has to deal with it, because I was like, we could have competed if he had been there. So that was unfortunate. But it was still was fun.
Yeah,
I've
go-
been thinking because like I'll see, you know, I follow him on social media and stuff, and I'll see him post. And obviously, we knew this happened when it happened in the summer. And I've just been thinking about the scaries that he's probably been living with, knowing that this was coming out.
Well,
Like
and that's the thing is like I don't even think Luke had an idea of what this was gonna be. Like whatever he thought the response was gonna be, I think it's like 10 times worse because like this is just something that like has unlocked a different part of the internet. It has unlocked Barstool, the fan base of PMT, the fan base of Barstool, which are two of the biggest, most passionate fan bases on the internet. Like I just can't imagine him having to sit with this and make content and just be like himself all for the last like 2 months, knowing this was going to come out. Like, it's crazy.
he just has to go, you know, everyone's been going along regular scheduled programming, not talking about it till it comes out. And it's like having to live with this for like 3 months, knowing that it's going to come out, it's got to be brutal.
And he's really good, right?
Yeah.
Like a very, very good golfer.
He like won on the Asian tour.
He's just too cocky.
Yeah.
Yeah, go watch the Internet Invitational. It's coming out. There's a schedule that's been. What's the schedule?
It's the next to it, and just watching people as the round ended, kind of hear the news and see it. It was like Luke Kwon was dealing with guys. You know, there's a difference between golfers and like pro athletes in terms of like accountability and like being upset. And I was like, I don't think he knew what he was walking into.
9:30. It's not a. It wasn't a 6:30 a.m. tee time. 9:30 is a completely reasonable time to not miss your tee time for $1 million.
Wow. Okay. So that leads us into our next clip. This photo, by the way, just perfectly describes, I think, how Bob felt. We're going to go into what Bob posted and his kind of response on this whole thing. Oh boy, that was crazy. This is up to 2 million views right now. Whee! I'm just like, I don't know. I'm a big accountability guy. I think you make your own bed and you lie in it, but you can't help but just be like, well, I feel bad for him in this situation. Like, he did it to himself. It's his fault. He handled it terribly. Hopefully he'll learn from this. But, like, boy, this is just a situation you really don't want anyone to be in. This is nuts. All right, let's look at what Bob posted. So, this was a story Bob shared on his Instagram. I think it was from Barstool. I'm going to find it, and I'll actually go in and play it. It was this one. Actually, I know this was just him posting on his story, so I'm going to play this for you guys out loud.
Attaboy, Luke. Attaboy, Luke. Great job, Luke. Hey, good job, Luke. We appreciate it. Great job, Luke. We really appreciate it. Awesome, you're in the tournament. Sounds like you don't give a fuck either. It's embarrassing. Thanks, Luke. Get some lunch in you, dude. Get some lunch in you, Luke. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. Maybe a nap?
It's just like, PMT said it. It's like, or maybe it was Big Cat that said it. That, like, you have, or PFT or Big Cat, but you have a different level of, like, accountability from, like, an ex-NHL player like Witt, who, like, it's a team thing, and, like, that's how you would hold your teammates accountable. And as a golfer, you're a solo mish. If you screw up, it's on you. No one's gonna, like, come down on you. Like, in golf, if this would have happened to Luke, he probably would have had the other people playing, if it was a solo event, be like, oh man, I'm sorry that happened to you. That's too bad. Whereas now he's getting hit with, like, you suck. I'm so mad at you. Like, why did you do this? And, like, this was a clip from the very end of the video of him walking into the clubhouse and just getting eviscerated. And, like, you can see him, like, kind of trying to laugh. And they're like, stop laughing. This isn't funny. This isn't a joke. And I feel like that's, like, his only defense mechanism in this moment. But, like, oh, this is crazy.
You're the worst draft pick possible. That's true. That is true.
But come on, man. It's not like it's a 7 a.m. tea time. It's a 9.
I'm used to Norway. I just came back from
Luke,
Norway.
You gotta put the hand.
Again, like, that's just, like, that's the worst. Like, hearing him say that last night after I had made my other video, I was like, oh my goodness. Like, dude, they all came from somewhere. There are people from the UK. There are people from, like, people travel, people have jobs. Like, that one sucked. That was a tough one to hear. But again, it's like, in the moment, you're like, what am I going to say? You're trying to, like, deflect. It's like, oh boy.
Hand up there, though.
What do you mean hand up?
You gotta go hand up and take some accountability.
Well, I wish I woke up.
That's the bad one.
Come on, Luke. If we lose a point, Kwon's dead to me.
Most hated man in golf.
That's me.
You.
That's
Yeah.
me, I know.
Yeah, they hate you.
I know. It's because I'm coming from Norway.
It's because I'm coming from Norway. Listen, man, this is crazy. This is crazy. It's like, it's almost got the least speechless guy on earth, close to speechless, because it's like, what do you say? Like, my mind is just going in a million different directions where it's like he kind of deserves it all, but at the same time, he's a human being, and like, I'm a human being, and like, you just, maybe it's the fact that I'm in the content space too, and like, it's just got, I mean, the weight that's been on him for the last 3 months, the now seeing this, and probably the thoughts and fears of like what's gonna happen, what's gonna, am I just gonna not be able to like have any like support or positivity around at all? Like, I don't know. It's crazy, man. There's probably a billion thoughts running through his mind. I don't know how much further he's gonna engage with this. I think it's kind of tough because it's so disconnected from when it actually happened. That anything he says might just feel disingenuous at this point, just because it's been so far disconnected, and everyone can see he didn't react very well in the moment. So, but anyway, that's a ton of responses. I'm sure this video has been going on for a while. That's just a ton of responses from people watching this, seeing it, not just fans, but people in the space, other creators, people at the tournament. It's just crazy, man. There's a lot of angles to it. Comment your thoughts down below. I'm going to keep you guys updated on everything, especially everything Internet Invitational. I've said this last night, this is episode 1. We got so much to go. All right, I'll see you guys later.